Oh, stop. Okay, people, welcome back to the Fwoosh. We're doing a little something different today. It's not a toy review. We're going back old school, do a video podcast. Is that what you call it?
Yes.
I don't think they can see your shirt. Are you hearing something?
Yeah. That was on me, dude. What the hell was that? That was the Fwoosh playing a freaking video. Holy crap. That was freaking me
Really?
out. Yeah. I was over on the. I just clicked refresh and a video, one of those video ads came up, and it was some guy speaking Danish, and I was like, ah!
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is live broadcasting in the flesh. I mean, my God, it doesn't get any better than that. Yeah. So you said this is, it's been a while since we've done one of these. When was the last time we did one of these? It had to be like almost a year ago type thing.
March.
And we were testing out Google Hangouts, and I think we did one initial one, which kind of went okay. It was a little raw, and then we did another one later on, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning my time, and I was like falling asleep. I mean, literally, I'm sitting there and I'm going like this, and you can even see on the video it looks like I'm stoned or like completely on drugs or who knows. And so we kind of put it on pause for a while. And then in that period of time, Hagopian, Hagop, got he and VB started working on doing the podcast, and that got up and running. And we've recently had some glitches with that, and so Robo and I decided to get together and talk about some Marvel Legends. Part of the reason is we know that Hagop is busy. He's doing some sort of road show thing, acting, song and dance, who knows. He's off someplace in the US of A right now doing his thing. And with all the Marvel Legends news that came out last week, we just thought, fuck, we need to get on the air and we need to talk about this because this is just too good to pass up. And we know that Toy Fair's coming up. We know Wonderfest is this weekend, and we know there's going to be tons of opportunities for podcasting and this type of stuff, and we just thought, let's take advantage of it now. And so here we are. And Robo and I have been working the last hour and a half, actually. Robo's been working. I've been quarterbacking from the back seat.
Watching Danish ads and Russian women.
The idea was we were also supposed to get Prodigy from the Fwoosh online, but we realized we forgot everything with Google Hangouts and how it works, and so we lost him. Time ran out. So next time we will definitely get him on. All right, so Robo, that's kind of the intro. That's the warm-up, and now we're going to talk about Marvel Legends. I got
Marvel Legends bread and butter.
I got crazy this week. I'll admit to it. I got crazy this week. I saw a bunch of Marvel Legends rumors, news, weird-ass links popping up, and I started posting them on the Morning Rush on the Fwoosh. It's a lot of stuff that was reported this week. We do know three things for certain, right? We know Marvel Legends, Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, Odin series, Odin being the Bath. That's definitely out. It's out. It's there. People can buy it. They can go to toysrus.com. They can go to amazon.com. If you're lucky, you've got a Target in your area, and you can buy them off the shelf.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
We're probably the last two people to not have them.
I will be the last person. We'll get back to that a little later because that's part of this subject that we need to talk about. But so we know that. We know that Spider-Man, Hobgoblin series, is also out or coming soon. Definitely for pre-order or someplace. Big Bad Toy Store, by the way, has pre-orders for Odin series and Hobgoblin series. And we do have confirmation that there is a Marvel Legends Age of Ultron 2 Series 2 Thanos wave. Now, all this we, of course, saw at San Diego last year and New York Toy Fair and all that, but these are actual physical figures in packaging that we know are available. We know they're available on eBay, coming out of the Philippines, or Hong Kong, or wherever the hell, but they are definitely there. So those three are confirmed, and that's amazing. Now, the big thing that came out last week was the listings for was it Age of Ultron? No, it wasn't Age of Ultron, but it's another Avengers wave, is that right? On Amazon? And then Barnes and no, Ant-Man. Ant-Man on Amazon, and Barnes and Noble had a Avengers wave. So that's 2 more series of Marvel Legends coming out. Plus, we know about the 3-pack with S.H.I.E.L.D. That should be out anytime because we've been seeing that pop up on eBay as well in Hong Kong. And then there was something else. Then we still haven't seen or heard if there's a San Diego Comic Convention exclusive this year. We're assuming there is, but there's been no word. And then there's the Guardians of the Galaxy box set.
That we haven't seen a peep of, yeah.
And then on top of that, you've got Ileana and Dormammu, right? Who were mentioned at San Diego last year. Magic and Dormammu, which nobody knows. All right, so let's go to this semi-confirmed stuff. We know that in the system on Amazon.com there are Ant-Man Legends, Marvel Legends. Well, let's not call them Marvel Legends because I don't think it says Marvel Legends. But we know that there is an Ant-Man wave.
Infinite, right? Can we call it Infinite?
Right. We do know coming out of Nuremberg Toy Fair that there are reports that it is a Legends wave that includes a Universe Infinites, whatever it's called these days, figure, a 4-inch figure. I think he's riding an ant or something. I read on the Fwoosh forums. All right.
In Legends packaging.
In Legends packaging. So that's 4 waves of Marvel Legends that we've got coming out this year. Which now seems confirmed, right? That stuff is pretty confirmed now. Let's call it confirmed. Nuremberg, confirmed. We expect to hear something more in 2 weeks. Bam. We've got it in the system on Amazon. Amazon just doesn't put shit into the system for no reason. They're expecting that. Then Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble has this listing for 6, 7 figures. Valkyrie, I think, was one of them. And do you have the list in front of you? Barnes & Noble's list?
Wasn't it the ones that were canceled and Finding Later Waves, Bulldozer?
Yeah. Tiger Shark, Bulldozer.
Tiger Shark.
So we've got this whole wave of figures coming, and we're going to assume there's a BAF with them, a Build-A-Figure. Now we've got, what, 5? We're up to 5 waves this year?
Didn't they list a Giant Man, single-carded?
Yeah, something crazy like that, too. Brain! Explosion! I mean, it's insane. It's too much. But what stock do we put into this? Okay, we know we have Ant-Man. Ant-Man's more or less confirmed. Let's just agree it's confirmed. But the other stuff in Barnes & Noble, I mean, Barnes & Noble, come on, okay, they sold the Magic the Gathering, Funko stuff. They've sold Star Wars, the Black Series, the 6-inch stuff. They sell SH Figure Arts, but it's not like they have a whole. They don't have a history of selling major action figure lines, especially not Marvel Legends. Do we believe this listing? Do we trust it? What do you say?
I don't know. I don't have a Barnes & Noble local. I don't exactly know what they look like in store. You know what I mean? I've never been to an actual physical Barnes & Noble.
Seriously?
And when I think Barnes & Noble, all I have is Books A Million, and they have a bunch of, specialized stuff, but nothing like major toy line.
Yeah, I don't
So
know. And they sell a lot of the Funko. I think the last time. Oh, we also. Walgreens. Don't forget Walgreens. But
yeah,
Funko, Barnes and Noble's not really known for the action figure stuff. So I'm really curious about um, if they're picking this up. I think it's great. I think it's great if we have Marvel Legends coming out of Barnes and Nobles. But I mean, God, dude, you're talking $19.99 a figure, and 6 figures a wave. So that's 6 times 5. We're up to 5 now. Yeah.
hmm
So that's 30 figures plus a
around.
plus the duplicates that you've got to get because we know you got to get an extra Thor so that you can do Odin and Old Man Thor.
Is it
So
Thor? It's Thor and Hawkeye, isn't it? Or Thor and Iron Fist? There's two
uh,
extras.
if you're gonna, I can't remember what it is, but if you buy a case, I think if you buy a case of that series, then you have to buy an extra Thor because there's only one Thor per case. So yeah, you'd get two Hawkeyes and two Iron Fists, and then you'd have to buy an extra Thor because I think only one Thor per case. So yeah,
Insane.
I mean, you're talking about a huge amount of figures in order to so 33 figures you have to buy in order to complete 30. Sorry, brain farted. I was thinking of something else. What was that, 39 figures in all? Because you got 38 figures in all. Yeah,
hmm
five baths. We're assuming that there's going to be a bath with with the Ant-Man wave and with the Barnes and Noble. Christ, dude! And then at at $20 a figure.
But the way I look at it, how many years was Marvel Legends off the shelves?
Oh yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah, just catching
I'm,
up. Just catching up.
I'm, I'm not complaining about the catching up at all, and I'm not complaining about the price. But I can see where, especially on the forum, there's a lot of people right now pulling the trigger, going, "Whoa!" Pulling the handbrake. You know, they're sitting there. "Arr, this is a lot of toys. It is a lot of. It's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of figures. And just
Especially
looking,
given the time from, turnaround from Hong Kong
oh,
to the States to over here. I mean, the Thanos wave already being shown, and, wave hasn't even saturated yet. It's just,
we'll turn around and look at your toy shelf real fast. I mean, if you count from Rhino and you go all the way, I know Rhino's he's a select, but if you go all
mhm,
the way over to Colossus over there, I mean, you're talking roughly about that many figures coming out this year.
about a whole new shelf space.
Yeah, and that's just the waves that we know. And as I mentioned, we'll come back to Walgreens, but there's a 5 figure, there's at least a 5 figure set we're assuming with Guardians of the Galaxy.
hmm
Plus, Ileana, Magic, and Dormammu still have to fit into this whole thing somehow. Hopefully this year.
Agents of
I'm gonna
S.H.I.E.L.D.
throw it out. Agent of Shield, 3 figures, and I'm gonna throw it out there. There is going to be a box set for San Diego this year. I'm throwing that out there. It's a complete who knows, but I'm throwing it out.
Yeah, but
So let's say
could it be? If you think it may be a Magic themed, is that where Magic and
yeah,
Dormammu's going
but
to end up? Maybe.
yeah, I don't know. But see, I would have thought though if you're going to do a Magic theme that you would have stuck Doctor Strange in there. But Doctor Strange is coming out as part of the Barnes and Noble wave, right?
Uh, no. Oh yeah,
No.
you have them listed. Yeah, you have them listed under the Thundra, Valkyrie, Blizzard, Hero Number One, Doctor Strange, Iron Man Now, War Machine.
Yep.
Crazy, crazy. And with on the Walgreens, no.
Yeah. Go ahead and hit Walgreens.
Amazon also
Oh.
Amazon listed Tiger Shark, Bulldozer, Giant Man, Ant Man, Grim Reaper, and Wasp. And then Walgreens hinted at maybe an Eric O'Grady Ant Man, which I would love.
Yeah.
I need him badly.
Yeah, that whole Walgreens thing, that was like a mystical, magical chunking a grenade into a crowd of, crazed fanatics. Here you go, whoops. Something irredeemable is coming this year. Well, that would be Eric O'Grady Ant-Man. No confirmation.
Right.
We're not going to say anything till Toy Fair. I don't know what else it could be. So.
Plus, I'm ready. I kind of like hunting Walgreens. It's a quick in and out. It's not really like walking the whole length of Walmart or, pretentious red Walmart or, all those. Walgreens is just quick in and out. Grab some chips, grab something else, get out.
Grab a Dr. Pepper and go, huh? No, it's the whole thing is crazy to me, though. I mean, you start throwing in potentially, again, I don't know what's coming out for San Diego. I'm throwing it out based on the last couple of years, with the Thunderbolts box set in 2013 and the box set last year. 5 figures each, plus minus, and then you've got the Galaxy of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Galaxy Guardians.
Indy's gonna totally make fun of me for that. Damn it. You start, and those are what, 110. I think the San Diego last year and the past 2 years has been about $110, and then the X-Men box set last year was $90 when it came out. Was that right?
Yeah, when it first came out, I think you can get it like 60 now. But
yeah, but still, that's shit, man. That's starting to be some pesos.
I'm gonna have to give up. What am I gonna give up? I don't have anything else to give up.
I've figured out my budget for the rest of the year. Toy collectors, let me tell you out there, get your shit together, make yourself a budget. Seriously. And I know Nick in the last podcast talked about he's not going to do a budget, he's not going to set aside money, he's not going to be managing it, and he's going to get down to basics and he's going to buy the stuff that he knows. I'm telling you, I know half of you collectors out there can't do that because you're like me. You see glitter and you go for it. Don't do it. Make yourself a list. Stick to your list. And if you decide you don't want Tiger Shark because you really don't like Tiger Shark, well, then you got $19.99 plus $7 shipping or whatever shipping is to buy something else. But I'm telling you, make your list. Make your list. Otherwise, I guarantee you by the time you hit October this year, you're going to be crying like babies all over the forums. And half of you are going to be going, "Oh, Pablo, you were so right. I should have just done what you said." I've done it. I've got some pre-orders. Once they're clear, the rest of my money this year, and I've budgeted, will be going to Marvel Legends. Why? Because it's such a kick-ass line. Robo? I've said
no
it.
budget for me. I know you said it, and I'm sitting here just kind of cringing and saying,
all of a sudden, there's going to be, "Oh, man, I got to get those turtles." Or, "Oh, man, I can just hear it now."
You can't budget. I mean, you throw a budget right down right now, and then Toy Fair comes around, and, there may be another line. What are we hearing? Thundercats from Mezco? Maybe?
Thundercats from Mezco? Hey, what about
How am I supposed to budget for that now?
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones?
There could
my
be
Bandai Star Wars models. Bandai.
Bandai SH Figure Arts Star Wars. You're already screwed you're already screwed right there because you got Darth Vader.
See?
You've got Stormtroopers plus Reveltech. Didn't you just buy yourself a Stormtrooper from Reveltech?
No, I did not. Haha. See? That's. No, after I got the model kit Stormtrooper, don't need any more. I'm good.
Well, you need like 5
You should
more.
get one.
I'm going to eventually. You made me get Vader. You made me get Vader.
See?
And it's
He's
a great.
better, isn't he?
I hate the cape. It should have been soft goods. The skirt and the
Agreed.
cape should have been. Anyway, sidetrack. Point being,
What?
collectors,
Yeah.
make your budget.
Plus, I mean, and we're just talking about Toy Fair budget for the rest of the year, and then San Diego comes along. There may be some crazy shit come out of Toy Fair.
Well, if you're a Marvel collector, and because this is
Well,
a Marvel
true.
themed show, if you're a Marvel collector, we haven't even touched Masters of the Universe.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or
because if you bought everything from Masters of the Universe last year with shipping, you probably shelled out about $1,200. So if they release the same amount of figures this year, there you go.
and
Now
they may announce the return of DC Classics.
they may, and going back overseas real fast, Figma isn't done releasing Marvel Avengers. They still have Hawkeye, Black Widow, and the Hulk to do, which they didn't do last year. They're taking their sweet time. And we know that Bandai, for a fact, has a license to Avengers Age of Ultron. And they've already shown off the Mark 40E3 for that. So they'll be doing full team as well.
Yeah, just a note. There isn't any news that DC Classics may be reannounced. So that was just me throwing something out there that a lot of people collect.
No.
I don't want anybody to listen to this and go, oh, maybe.
No, I was just trying to keep. I'm trying to keep within the Marvel theme, but you're right. Mattel, they're usually big at Toy Fair. We can usually, even at San Diego last year, they still did DC superheroes. They did the superpowers collection. So there's not that you can't guarantee that they won't find some reuse of mold, repaint, repackaging, something or other, right?
Right.
Then you got Masters of the Universe. Now, I don't know how much has been announced. I think Nick just posted like 3 figures. I don't know if that was last year or this year. I'm assuming that was for this year.
That's for this month.
4 figures, yeah. So that's 4 figures. Like I said, so you've got $1,200 worth, so that's $25 a figure. That's a lot of figures coming out this year. We haven't talked about Turtles. Turtles is huge. They've made a big comeback. The comic stuff looks great. I hate to say it, but Playmates is finally starting to kick out some stuff that even I want to collect.
And we should in a couple weeks see Shredder and Krang.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we're starting to talk about a whole bunch of other stuff that's going to eat into our Marvel Legends budget, which is why I'm saying, write it down, figure out what you want. And this is just January. We're getting 3 waves. We know for sure we're getting at least 2 waves. January, February. It's February now. January, February, right?
Not counting Spider-Man.
Well, I was just okay. Well, then it's 3 counting Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know when the Hellcat wave is coming out. I call it the Hellcat wave. I guess I should call it Thanos, but I'm so excited about Hellcat. Yay!
And it shouldn't be that long. I mean, if they're already in Hong Kong, they're already produced.
So we're talking this month, end of this month, or what, March?
March. I would say March.
So that puts, I mean, that's a lot of, that's
That's a lot of budget. And I guess you could budget just for Marvel Legends, and then something comes along later, you could dip into it, maybe make some hard decisions on who not to buy.
Well, I'm curious. I'm curious because I'm going back into somebody asked me recently, and they said do these toy companies do they talk to each other about what they're making and stuff, and don't they realize that they start cannibalizing each other? And I said, I don't think they really think that way. I think they're looking out for their own product and making sure that their product gets to market, and they really don't care about what anybody else is doing. But it is kind of a good point in that there's so much stuff coming out, and there's a certain cost level that eventually people just don't buy stuff because they can't afford it. They start looking at it and they start saying, God, there's all these Marvel Legends that I want. I'm not going to buy anything else. I don't. It's a weird thing. It's like, how do they deal with that? And are the stores dealing with that? Because the stores, Hasbro doesn't care. They're just manufacturing. They're designing and manufacturing. They get an order from Toys R Us or whatever, and they fulfill that order. But do those stores ever sit back and think? And I bring that up right now because there's a discussion going on about Marvel's Collector's Cub on the Fwoosh forums, and one of our Fwooshers, Ash Talon, I think, talks about how there's a 3-pack, the Target 3-pack is peg warming, and then the discussion kind of devolves into a hypothetical analysis of what's going on and buying and whatnot, but it makes you wonder. I mean, if how do the toy stores handle this? How do the retailers handle all this product coming out? And who's buying it, man?
We're buying it.
Yeah, but we can't be buying all of it. There's a lot.
And I don't really think at that high a level. What I think about is, you know, online retailers usually getting their stuff later. I mean, how do they look at all this product coming along? And
yeah, I usually follow Big Bad Toy Store. They're kind of my main provider for Marvel Legends and stuff. I rarely see them have a problem with overstock. You know, with stuff that's not selling. That's how I refer to overstock. Overstock for me is stuff that's just sitting on the shelves. It's not moving. I don't necessarily look and see them having a huge problem with that. I mean, every once in a while you'll see the Ultimate Captain America. You know, he's still sticking around because nobody wanted to buy him. But I don't know.
Their pre-orders are usually sold out too. I mean, for the most part.
Yeah, I think they have a pretty good handle on what they buy and what they sell. I don't see them as having. But then again, I'm looking at one of the bigger companies. I probably should. Yeah, Entertainment Earth. They also seem to have a pretty good control over their inventory. I don't know. All right, that's kind of going back to the whole budget and cost. I want your thoughts on the Barnes & Noble wave.
The Barnes & Noble wave.
Break it down for me.
Now, do we know Valkyrie is on the red She-Hulk body? I mean,
we assumed that, right? We assumed that from the pictures last year. Was it last year?
Because I'm completely happy with that. I mean, for some reason that didn't pop in my head, but I was reading the forums and they were talking about it like it was common knowledge. And you know, if it is, I'm completely good with that. I mean, people were talking about it being large, but she's Asgardian. I mean,
I don't. Yeah. There's no issue for the.
I'm
looking at it right now. It's right. She's right there on your shelf. Red She-Hulk, right next to Luke Cage.
Yeah.
I can see her.
Yeah. But I can't really assume. You know, I can't remember that she was on. This is what happens when you miss Comic-Con.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
But the others, Thundra, I assume she's going to be on the same body, which would completely work.
Yeah, Thundra's fine. Valkyrie's fine.
Right.
I like that body. I know people.
Oh, I do too.
I know people don't like the hips, but okay, whatever. They're the 90-degree or the straight up and down hip thing. Yeah, they're not the ball hips, but I don't know if they fix that or not. But it's not a problem for me. I like the red She-Hulk body. So you got Thundra, you got Valkyrie.
Mm-hmm. Which I assume are swaps. I mean that's or swaps still in the same case.
Yeah.
And Blizzard finally getting out, which clean Bucky Cat body, new masked face.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't done a custom in forever, I still look at, you know, I want a Blizzard. I like Blizzard. I like his classic costume. But at the same time, he's also a clean body that could be, you know, used for customs, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hero number one, I have no idea. I'm a Captain America, Wolverine.
Yeah,
Well,
that's just a
they're not doing a lot of X-Men though, are they?
no. There's no X-Men this year. Have you noticed that? There's no X-Men in any of the waves.
Doctor Strange, I'm good with. Modern, classic.
Just put him in.
Just give me a Doctor Strange. I don't like the old one. He's in a bin somewhere. Maybe it's the cape. Maybe it's the spindly body. But
I don't like the legs. The legs on that thing suck.
the legs. That's you put him in the floating pose. He works a little bit.
Yeah.
And War Machine and Iron Man now. I can't really think of a War Machine that we don't have. I mean, there's a lot of War Machines we don't have, but do we need another War Machine?
Yeah, I was looking at I was on Amazon.com the other day, and I was looking at the Iron Man 3 figures, Marvel Legends, because I missed out on War Machine and the Mark 42, and I like that War Machine for a comic War Machine. I mean, it looks like the comic version.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have him up there, comic shelf. And he's slightly small. You would think a dude in armor would be, bigger than that.
Yeah.
But he works. And don't get me wrong, I'll completely take it. Again, I'm assuming that Iron Man now and War Machine will share parts. And I've seen some griping about Iron Man now. Isn't he black and gold?
Yeah.
I haven't read comics in a while.
The only question I have in regards to Iron Man now is, will the figure be on a whole new sculpt? Or will they repaint an earlier version, the Heroic Age Iron Man?
Bleeding Edge?
Yeah.
Maybe?
And I don't know what they would do. Because really the Marvel now looks very similar to the movie Mark 7, was it? 6? From Iron Man 2.
Really? Which again is a small armor.
Yeah. So the figure was small. That's correct. The figure was small. So I don't know what they're planning on doing. I'm very curious about those listings. Those two.
Otherwise, I mean, I like that wave, there's always that. We haven't even gotten the Odin wave yet, and I'm already like, old news. On to the next ones. And then we've seen the Thanos wave from Hong Kong, which, in my book, is half the trouble of getting them. I've seen pictures. What's next? I don't know when I became like that, but
well, there's the excitement of what's next. There's the whole you want to see what's next. You want to know. I can't wait for Toy Fair. I'm hoping to God that we see more. Because I'm excited about seeing more. But on the same note, it's like, wait a minute, I got 3 waves that it's going to take me a few months to get these all into my hands. Savor it, enjoy it. Just enjoy what we've got right now.
And that changes right now because I've been hunting my sucky target for the Odin wave, but I have them coming and they'll be here Wednesday. And when I get, they'll get here Wednesday and I'll open them all up and I'll be happy. I'll be satisfied for when then Toy Fair will hit and then I'll be needing more stuff again.
Can't wait for the reviews. I can't wait for the video reviews. Now here's Scarlet Witch.
Did you just put an accent? What's the accent? This here is Scarlet Witch. She sure is pretty.
Oh, Jesus Christ. From Bob Ross to creepy old man.
That's right. She is pretty. I'll be right back with this figure. Why did I go with Sling Blade all of a sudden?
That was creepy. That was really creepy. Oh, Jesus. No, but it's I'm looking forward to your videos. So get them up, get them up. Gotta watch.
Yeah, and it's been a little while. I mean, I haven't found anything new.
Yeah,
Nothing. Completely.
it's horrible. But it has been a dry spell. I mean, what, the last Marvel Legends we got was the 3-pack from Target?
Yeah, and it was.
And that was back in late October, November?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? So, I mean, it's been a good couple of months. We're like crack
It's all
addicts.
been building up.
We're like
And
crack
really, I
addicts.
mean,
Oh, plastic crack. Gotta have a plastic crack. Oh.
having to order stuff from China and everything else, Japan. I haven't even been. I actually bought the Clone Commander Sergeant. Which one's the green line one? Just to buy
No
something.
idea. Is that even out? I'm completely lost on Star Wars these days.
Yeah, at Walgreens. Damn Walgreens.
You love it.
I do.
All right, so that wraps up. Is there anything else that you need to talk about with that wave, with the Barnes & Noble wave? I'm going to call it the Barnes & Noble wave. It's the Barnes & Noble wave.
They may have liked the sales that they got, early. What was it? Game of Thrones Series 1 hit Barnes & Noble first.
Yeah.
And
Magic the Gathering too, right?
maybe even Series 2 of Game of Thrones. Maybe maybe they're looking to get more people in the door.
Or they realize that they have a market for it, Maybe
That's
a small
true.
market, but they still got a market.
Because who reads books? Barnes & Noble's a bookstore, right?
I read comic books. I got my Marvel Unlimited that I read.
I like them on my paper. I like them on my shelf. I like plastic. I like paper.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, it's just, like I said, I've never been in a Barnes & Noble. And so it's going to be a pain in the ass for me, but
I'll just send
they're
my
usually
mom.
pretty good about putting online. Or they were with Game of Thrones, anyway.
Yeah. All right, so then we've got the Amazon listings. Hit me up. Tell me your thoughts. What do you think?
Again, I mean, figures even I saw in San Diego. What was that, year before last? Tiger Shark Bulldozer.
Yeah.
Which, finishing off the Wrecking Crew, even though, they're too big. Or, and then Tiger Shark, I'm good with that. We already know the body. It's just going to be a different head.
But that's also another Iron Man. That wave has a... No, that's not. That's Thanos. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, crazy.
Easy.
And then Giant Man, single carded. I don't know what's... We've had a Jingo. We've had a Giant Man, single carded. I tried to say Jingle. No, I don't know. Push it all together. A single carded Giant Man. But it was way, 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 way back.
The last time we've had a single-carded Giant Man was Toy Biz Marvel Legends Wave 4, if I remember correctly, and that was a repackage of the 5-inch Avengers, Toy Biz Avengers box set, and it was repainted from red and blue to blue and yellow.
It was blue and yellow, wasn't it?
It was blue and yellow.
I think I had it, never opened it. I think I traded them.
That's correct.
Or sent them off somewhere.
And then I never got it. I never picked up that figure. And then the only other time that we had a Giant Man was the Bath figure in the Walmart wave from Toy Biz. And then we got red and blue, blue and yellow, and Bill Foster, one of the Fosters.
Yeah.
Well, there's two. There's Bill and Bob. Is that right? Bill Foster is the classic Goliath, Black Goliath from 70s and 80s, and then Bob, I think, is his son, cousin, nephew, or something, who's become a bad guy.
Oh, I've missed so much. He's a bad guy, huh?
Yeah, I had to actually look that up on Google well, I Googled it to find out from, like, I think it was Comic Resource or one of these different sites. But yeah, so other than that, we really haven't had Giant Man, which I'm really curious about a single-carded Giant Man.
What would you use? I mean, really, I mean, we don't know the Build-A-Figure. Maybe a big Giant Man is the Build-A-Figure, and the single-carded is a, you know, regular size figure. And then he comes with a Ant-Man. So, but also in the wave is Ant-Man and Wasp. Will they come with smaller versions of themselves? Would that be cool accessories?
I don't know. I'm really kerbaffled by this whole listing. I really am. It just kerbaffles me.
And then Grim Reaper. Completely out of the blue, out of left field. It makes sense, but, I mean, is Grim Reaper playing any
He's in the comics, yeah.
role right now?
Yeah, he's been part of. I don't know currently. I'm you know, Marvel Unlimited. I'm 6 months behind, but he was huge in the whole Uncanny Avengers story arcs.
See, I need to catch up.
We need to get you a
Uncanny
Marvel.
Avengers for me was Red Skull.
We need to get you a Marvel Unlimited subscription there. Start reading comics online.
If they came with,
You can go back and
figure,
you can go back and read Jack Kirby stuff from the '60s.
I'd be good with that.
It's cool.
Is there Agent X stuff on there?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I just skimmed through that the other day, in fact, and realized what a horrible series it was and how stupid it was and how it should have never, ever been made.
This conversation is over. Do not besmirch the good name of Gail Simone. God. No, I actually have physical copies of that. I go back to those.
I may actually have physical copies of that. I still have my long box. No, they're not long boxes anymore. They're short boxes. I've got like 2 rows of 3 times 6 rows, something like that. Yeah, I've got tons of comics. No, but I just went through that series. It was a good reminder. Fun stuff.
Before they ruined them. So.
Yeah, well, you know.
It's just a little, you know, a little snippet right there. I liked reading. So, what do you think of the Thanos wave? Besides Hellcat, we don't. Yellow Girl.
Yay. In general, I like the wave. There's, I'm a little on the fence with the inclusion of Cap and Iron Man, the movie figures,
Hulk.
and Hulk. I like that Cap, and there's a part of me that kind of wants that Cap in my comic collection, if that makes sense. But I really like the Marvel Now Cap. That's Captain America to me right now. The Iron Man figure, I don't know. It's, you know, Hall of Armors. And the Hulk figure, I think I need to see that figure physically in my hands up against other figures, because the pictures that we've seen from the Hong Kong sellers on eBay make it look really weird looking, like Goliath hands and arched back in a weird way, and it just doesn't look right. I'm going to honestly say I still think, I can't remember who did it on the custom board, but somebody took a DC superheroes large body, the brain fart on the character, the Green Lantern guy. Kilowog. They took that sculpt, maybe not Kilowog, but they took that sculpt and they turned it into Hulk. And to me, that's still the best looking Hulk I've ever seen.
I think I want a more accurate movie version with where he's not. Don't get me wrong, I love the Select figure and I like the Hasbro figure, but they haven't captured his beefiness. I think they're too muscular. They're too used to comic book proportions, and he's more straight up and more
square.
Yeah, more just built.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think as a movie figure, it doesn't look anything like the movie figure. Look like the movie character. Hot Toys still stands out as the premier. Yeah, it's hard to compare anything else to that. They captured it perfectly. I don't like this Thanos Wave movie figure. So I'm looking at it more from a comic perspective. And is that a Hulk that I could absorb into my comic shelf? It still doesn't quite call to me. But
with the pants not being ripped, again, custom fodder,
Custom fodder, and that's exactly what I'm looking at. And then to go deeper, Hellcat, obviously, I love Hellcat. Spider-Woman, absolutely fantastic, beautiful.
She looks great, so great. I don't know if it's the colors, the classic costume, the hair sculpt, something about that figure just
pops.
It was gonna get creepy there for a second, but
it pops, and it's gonna pop.
It pops. It does.
And then the last one that we have is Batroc.
Batroc.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Batroc.
Yeah, I mean, you need anything. The only way this wave could be better is to get Batroc's daughter. Oh, Agent Extra reference. I brought it all the way around. Came right back to it.
You did do that.
Yeah.
But then that brings up an open wound. Taskmaster.
Why is that?
Taskmaster.
You know what? At this point, I'd be down for a good classic Taskmaster. And they have all the parts there to do it.
I just want one that doesn't look skinny, because the Marvel Toy Biz Marvel Legends one, never happy. No. So
and the customs using the boomerang body, fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean,
he needs to be bigger. He's cap size.
You think?
Yeah, he's always been listed as cap size. He's always been a big boy.
But at least the Bucky Cat body is fudgeable,
We need that new base figure. We need that new base figure that we've been talking about for years.
What do you think of Taskmaster on a Captain America now body?
I wouldn't do it.
You don't think?
Well, if you went with the Agent X look, yeah.
Oh, the Udon?
Yeah, the Udon look.
I'm not talking about details and stuff. I'm talking about that size.
Oh, that size. Actually, no. I was going into something else, because I was thinking you could probably do get rid of the star, kind of resculpt the chest a little bit. It's easy to sand down the stripes. You could easily make a kind of modern-looking Taskmaster from that Captain America, and it would be perfect. Build-wise, it's spot on. That's the build that you need. And then costume-wise, you get kind of the whole. You know what?
What are you gonna do?
I have to see if I have another cap. Seriously, paint them up in either Udon. You could either paint them up in Udon colors or paint them up in classic colors.
It'll work either way. I mean,
it would work either way. And the mask is just a hockey mask, or you could swap a Ghost Rider head on there, for shits and giggles.
And then use it as a Casey Jones.
There you go. You got me going.
But other than that rock. See, keep you busy.
I got to finish my Red Guardian from a cap. Got to put the fin on his head. All
Did
right,
you
so that's
Marvel now?
and then there's yeah, hold on, and then there's of course the Thanos figure, and I like that Thanos figure. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good new update to a classic look, without ruining the classic look. So I'm cool with that.
Right, it's just an update. I mean, the only time Thanos hasn't looked Thanosy is it was after one of the big crossover things. He was wearing that white toga.
Yeah, that was stupid. Well,
But yeah, I agree. I mean, it's just an updated look. It may not be classic, but we have the huge select version for that. If you know,
but it's a good update on a classic look. It doesn't it does a very good it pays respect to the look. Meanwhile, incorporating classic characteristics. You asked me about Marvel Now. Red Guardian, I think. Yeah, I'm doing Red Guardian on a Marvel Now.
Sweet.
I've gotten the base colors down. I'm using Valero paints, and so it's kind of the white. I'm not happy with the white, so I might have to redo some of the white parts, especially the boots. But I'm going to do them gritty. You've seen my, you haven't. I've got a U.S. agent that I did with a Marvel Now, but I made him really. My son started painting him, and he wound up being this really kind of black, almost black, all black. Even the stripes across the chest were black. But during the washing and paint brushing and dry brushing and stuff, some of the black started wearing off. So it almost looks like they gave John Walker a Captain America suit that he then painted himself black.
Oh yeah.
But then it's like it's rubbed off in certain areas. It actually kind of has this whole kind of cool look to it. And even my son painted the wings on the head, and it kind of made it, they don't look as sharp, but they look good. But it also kind of looks like some guy just painted wings on the side of his helmet. And I recently took him and made him all dusty and dirty, and did some mud splatter on him with a paintbrush to kind of bring that gritty look out that my son had kind of created with this wiped off black. And then I reworked the face paint, and it's actually one of my favorite customs that I've done in a long time. People will probably hate it and think it's stupid, but all of a sudden I've got this whole story behind, why has he got a black costume, and why has he got the Cap costume, and it also explains how, for me, the story-wise of he's not Cap. Cap is the guy that always comes in with a clean costume, and no matter how dirty and crappy he gets, it's like the costume's always clean. Whereas John Walker, the U.S. agent, he can't stay clean for the life of him, and he's doing the dirty work, and he's the guy who's really got the blood on his hands and his bloody knuckles. And somehow the custom just really started. There became a life with the figure when I was painting him, and a story. It wasn't just some, well, I've done a custom, yay. And that's
Now,
really kind of. So I need to take pictures of that soon and post that.
Oh, definitely. Because wasn't it way back that Walker, when he was first introduced, didn't he go kind of crazy after?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way I always think of him, not the, military, top guy that he's been shown sometimes.
Yeah, and I like the military aspect, but I like the guy that he's the guy that, for me, I like him. I like it when they characterize him as he's the guy that goes in and does the stuff that nobody else wants to do. He'll break the necks and he'll do all that stuff, and he does it because he's not exactly playing with a full deck of cards.
Right.
And then that's how he works for me. And then even within the superhero universe, again, that's how it works. It's kind of like how they've done with Bucky and made him the new, what do they call it? Man in the something, where he's doing the dirty work that nobody sees in the Marvel universe. And yeah, John Walker kind of worked for me. And then I decided I had another Cap, so another Marvel Now Cap, and I turned that one into Red Guardian.
Sweet.
Straight up repaint, just red and white. Hate white. White and red, painting those two together, they bleed into each other and just... And it doesn't matter if it... Not yet. Got to do the fin. That's just going to be styrene. I'm just going to cut it out of styrene and glue it on there. So that'll be easy to do. But I kept everything else, the star and everything. I just thought, you know what, just repaint it. Yeah.
On a good body.
On a great body. I love that figure. It's my favorite figure. Still my favorite figure. All right, so what else?
Now the last one. What do you... Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Skip. Not doing it. Don't care.
You're not doing it. Why?
I'll pick up Coulson. I'll pick up Coulson loose on eBay, and that's it. I hate
Maria
that.
Hill?
Hate that Nick Fury body.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's just...
Hated Red Skull on it. Hated... The only figure that I've liked on it, actually, is Punisher. Back from Marvel Legends... Red Hulk wave?
Yeah.
No. Yeah? Red Hulk? No.
I think it was...
Nemesis?
Maybe. For some reason, I never got the Nemesis wave. Good lord. But I had that Punisher, so...
But other than that, I just really don't like that figure. I hate the hips. I don't... Yeah, there's nothing... Kill it.
I think it's come to the point where it's a given that one figure in a box set is going to be just, you don't care for. It's just there for whatever reason.
3-pack Captain America.
Yeah.
Hate that thing. So I chopped it up, made a custom out of it.
But Coulson, yeah, you'll get Coulson. I mean, and I know some people don't like the movie, having movie figures in, and I don't know, Coulson's just cool.
Well, Coulson's in the comics, so I gotta have a Coulson.
See, that too.
But the rest of them, Maria Hill, I just, no. No. I'd rather have a comic. I'd rather have a comic version.
Maria Hill and what was it, Victoria Hand?
Victoria Hand.
Purple hair or something like that. She was Osborn's shield.
I haven't caught up to that. I haven't caught up to that yet. I haven't gone back and read Dark Avengers, Secret Avengers from that period of time.
Gotcha.
I still need to do Mighty Avengers and Secret Avengers and Dark Avengers. Yeah.
North Avengers and South Avengers.
Jesus, that period of time got weird.
Plus, Coulson opens up all kinds of, possibilities, depending on how good that body is.
Depending on how good that body is.
Mm-hmm.
Ab crunch, ab crunch, ab crunch, ab crunch. Needs an ab crunch. No ab crunch, no sale. No.
I think it does. We'll find out.
We'll find out. We'll see. That's a lot of figures, dude. That's a lot of figures. That's a lot of plastic being made.
And that's not even counting Star Wars, everything. Oh, God.
Oh, Star Wars the Black. We didn't even talk about Star Wars the Black, did we? Bet there's tons of stuff coming.
Black series. The Black.
Star Wars the Black. Saying series, Star Wars the... That's like every time I have to type it, Star Wars the Black series. It's like, how many letters and characters do I have to put into this? So, we just do SWTSB. But if I'm going to have to say it, I can't say SWTSB. That's blah, 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 blah. So it's easier just to say Star Wars the Black.
And then you have to throw in the 6-inch to, distinguish it from the 3 3/4 series, because they're both the Black series.
They should have just called it Legends. Star Wars Legends. Been easier.
Ooh. Yeah, that would have been actually not bad. But what determines a legend,
Oh, don't start that.
Are the prequel characters legends? Are they?
Stop that. Ban. Where's the ban button? Ban. Oh my God.
This is over.
We're by the way, for those of you that are just tuning in that don't know, we are referring to the 2002 12-year plus discussions that we've had on the Fwoosh toy boards, message boards, about what makes a legend, i.e., why is a figure in Marvel Legends when they aren't really a legend? So what is a legend?
We're looking at you. We're looking at you, X-23.
Oh, we could just start talking about. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. All right. So what else? What else have we got? Are we done? Have we wrapped it up?
That is it. I think.
I don't want to talk about SDCC when we don't know, and I don't want to talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy box set, and I don't want to talk about Walgreens because that's just wrong. Steve Ann throwing that out there like he did, just wrong.
I'm gonna guess from the Spider-Man wave, you want Daredevil, and maybe both Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
Spider-Girl.
I don't want her, but I'm gonna wind up picking her up because I do like those small female bases.
Mm-hmm.
Not because of some weird pervy thing, but because most of the Marvel Legends women are all portrayed as like being over 6 feet tall, and it's nice to make customs of some Marvel females that are like 5.5 feet tall.
Kitty Pride. We need a kitty on this body.
Wasp. You
Wasp. Know. Which, who knows? She may end up on that body.
Hopefully, unless they do a Mighty Avengers version.
I'm going to guess they put her on the Storm Scarlet Witch body.
Could be, unless they do a Frank Cho version. Mighty Avengers Frank Cho. And she's going on a big buck. And she's going on the Marvel Girl buck.
Marvel Girl. Captain Marvel? No. Yeah.
Miss Marvel. Shut up.
Marvel.
Shut up, Miss Marvel.
Moonstone.
I'm getting tired.
Moonstone. I'm going to keep you up until you just start.
No, I'll start saying things. I'll start saying things like, we need to reboot customs at the Fwoosh, and we need to figure out how to do that.
So, Spider-Woman, you listed Spider-Girl twice here. Spider-Woman.
There's Spider... Hold on. Going back to the Spidey wave, you've got Spider-Girl.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them... Yeah. Yes. And then you've got the other Spider person. Woman? Spider-Girl?
Ultimate Spider-Woman.
The Ultimate Spider-Woman, who's really like a teenage girl. So... Yeah, I'll take them both. Mm-hmm. Why not?
Anti-Venom?
Huh?
Anti-Venom? You know,
I have no relationship to that Venom, so no, don't need it.
And that's about it. Hobgoblin.
I like that Hobgoblin character.
I do too.
I like how they've done him recently in the Dan Slott books. I'll take him.
Wings are better than Glider.
Yeah, sure.
Or at least Hobgoblin. I mean, it changes them up a little bit. I read that storyline.
It's a cool look.
Yeah.
You know, it pops.
Now, depending on how the figure actually comes out, you know, with the bicep cuts.
Oh, yeah. I know. There's already anger on the Fwoosh about that.
Why do you always have to go... I was just speaking in general.
Are you saying you're angry about it, too? Is that what you're doing? Are you trying to pick a fight?
You know me, man. I'm good with it.
I actually don't care. I think it's... it's not a big deal for me.
That and size. I don't know if he's big, isn't he? Well, you know.
I don't know.
Caller, we'll see.
We'll see. We will see. It'll be fun to do reviews of him. Of all these figures. Oh, that's... What did we say? 40?
30, 40, somewhere around 40.
40 video reviews for you to do this year.
I'm good. Reviewing stuff I like. Comes out much better.
You'll have fun with them, I think.
Party. I'm gonna do one whole review just like that, just for you. Yeah.
My lungs aren't better yet. All right. So, we have just run down what we believe to be the entire 2015. Are we in 2015 now? 2015 Marvel Legends lineup, based on information that we have been able to gather from official press releases, from unofficial listings, and from Twitter comments and Facebook comments and comments on the forum. And we are really looking forward to Toy Fair, New York Toy Fair 2015, which will be February 15th. Is that right? 14th. February 14th. Valentine's Day. So in 2 weeks. And VB and Hagop will be there to cover the show for thefwoosh.com. And Robo and I have decided just now that we will try to get on and do a hangout. Definitely the two of us will do a hangout. If we can try to get the two covering the show to pop in, then we'll do that.
Should be cool.
We may even have to...
technical difficulties, yeah.
Barring technical difficulties. And you know what? We might have to do a show next weekend. And
warm-up.
Wonderfest.
Oh, yeah, okay. More model kits, hopefully.
We don't know. We don't know. And I think I read C3 is coming up as well. That's another type of show in Japan. So there's all sorts of stuff coming out this year. All right. Do you have any closing comments?
No closing comments. Well, you just mentioned that we speculating that it's all the waves for this year, but as heavy as it is with Avengers and Ant-Man and everything, Ant-Man comes out in July. So, I mean, I think in my brain and I know it's probably not, realistic, but I'm thinking of this as like the first half of 2015.
Oh, don't say that.
With Thanos Wave 2 just coming out, or, damn close to coming out. There may be more.
If this all was the first half, we're talking about these 40 figures, and you mean that there could be more.
Mm-hmm. And we're not seeing a lot of Marvel Universe. Avengers comes out, June?
I'm going to have to get a divorce and find a new place to live.
I can't afford to live in a house if I get divorced.
I think my wife be killing me. Seriously, that's a lot of plastic. It's a lot of plastic.
I mean, when all this news first started hitting, it's after it's hard to imagine that many Marvel figures coming out this quick.
Yeah, it's impossible. It's just there's probably reasons for it. A lot of the dock issues that they've been having, port issues that they've been having on the West Coast, probably account for a lot of it, but who knows? You know, it may also have been planned.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, Canada beat the U.S. to putting the figures out in stores. So I can't help but think that Avengers was really supposed to hit, 1st of January, end of December. So
yeah, it's possible. It's tough to know. Who knows? They're hitting now. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. But that would have put more space in between to the next wave.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying, but when I look at the overall release list for this year so far, I mean, it doesn't necessarily cushion things a great deal. It's still a big hit that we're taking.
That is true.
It's a lot of toys. I'm excited about it. Trust me. I know I talk about how many figures and the cost and the space and all that, which is just part of collecting, but I'm really excited about every single figure that's been announced so far, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the Ant-Man stuff. So I'm excited. I mean, we just dedicated a whole show to Marvel Legends.
Well, speaking of Ant-Man, with as many Ant-Mans as there may be coming out, and we can use Marvel Universe in Legends, we may get Pym, O'Grady, and Lang, all at the one fell swoop. And I think there was another Wasp, wasn't there? Or Yellow Jacket. There was a female Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, and they did in Universe. They did Yellow Jacket and Wasp and Modern Wasp and kind of a classic modern Ant-Man last year. So definitely.
I'm so excited about the Marvel Universe Wasp.
It's a good figure. You should get the Ant-Man one as well. It's also a good figure.
If I could find it, I only got, I was at Toys R Us, ran across it, there it was. I was like, ooh, I haven't bought a Legend in a while, might as well get this. And haven't ordered it yet.
Well, they're good. I did reviews of Yellow Jacket and Ant-Man last year, and I think Cannonball did Wasp. So check out the Fwoosh.
I don't read the front page.
Oh!
I read the front page.
Oh, I read it all the time.
I don't read that Morning Rush stuff.
Yeah.
Vulgar.
It is vulgar.
All right.
Let's stop there. That'll start opening up another discussion. Alrighty. Well, I think we can wrap up this episode. I don't have anything else to add. I'm actually gonna go probably log off and cry a little bit because for the first, I don't have these figures. Budgetary wise, I won't be able to do anything until April because I've ordered some stuff already, like Hot Toys Groot.
That's a budget breaker right there.
But you have to have that Groot because Groot's not little in the comics. Groot's big. Groot's got to be big. You know it.
I get Groot. I get Rocket. I'm going to end up with Star-Lord. Gamora looks fantastic.
They haven't shown Drax yet.
No.
And
which is going to be another skin overlay top figure, isn't it?
Oh, you don't know. You don't know what they're going to do.
And that's $1,000 right there.
Yeah, I know. I'm being evil, aren't I?
I'm trying to make a budget. You talk me into a budget and you start talking about Hot Toys.
It's hard. All right, we should definitely get. You know what? I think our next show, one of the things we've got to talk about, Hot Toys.
Hot Toys.
We got to do a rundown of what they've done in Marvel so far and what we know is coming out. Because I think they've announced some Iron Man stuff and they announced Captain America, didn't they?
Yeah. New costume cap.
Yeah.
Thanos.
Thanos. All right. This. You know what? Enough. We can
Mm.
sit and talk all night long. We'll bore people to death. So we're going to cut it off here. We're going to say thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this episode of, what did we decide we call this? Fwoosh out?
No, not Fwoosh out. Yeah, Fwoosh out. It's Fwoosh to face. Let's call it that.
Fwoosh to face. And we will definitely schedule another one of these in the near future, and we'll figure out what theme we're going to talk about, because we did just mention about 5 different themes that we could do for a whole show. So until next time, we'll see you later. Oh, and look at that. Who wants a t-shirt like this? Who wants a t-shirt like this? How cool is that?
Now do it. Do the salute. Fwoosh out. Come on.
See that? Fwoosh out!